Hi, this is Clara from Creations by Klare. Today I'm excited to share this video of 3 Santas painted on scrap wood. These are leftover from my home remodeling and they're very rustic and very weathered. They were exposed to rain, heat, and a little snow. I drew up the 3 Santas on my pad so I can have an idea of what I would be sketching on my weathered wood. And I just used a white pencil so that I could see it. I did switch over to a marker so I could see it a little bit better on my next Santa. I also took the pieces of wood outside and gave them very good sanding and wiped them down for the excess dust. If you're inspired and like my Santas, please like, comment, and share my video. And also, if you want these exact same drawings of these Santas, send me an email. I'll have my email listed in the description, and I'll send you 3 PDFs. These are the paints I'm going to be using on all 3. So I'm going to get started with Santa's face. This is going to be the tallest Santa. The pieces of wood are 3 different sizes. This Santa is going to be 18 inches tall and 5 1/4 inches wide. This is Snow White chalk paint by Waverly, and this is the only chalk paint I'm going to be using in this project. It gives such a good coverage, and just required like two paints of coat. So I'm going to proceed to paint anything that needs to be snow white. I'm going to paint it with this round brush. And speaking about brushes, I did use a couple of round ones and a couple of detailed fine liner brushes, especially the fine liners when you trace around with the black around the different features of the Santa. Since this was my first Santa, I wished I had painted the skin first before putting on painting the fur. It would have been easier. As you see, I'm kind of working my way around the white, but it still worked. But you'll see in the next 2 Santas, I went ahead and painted the skin first, and then I painted the Snow White, the fur, and his beard and his eyebrows. The other paints I'll be using are going to be just acrylic paints, and they're by Folk Art, and 2 waxes that you'll see a little later on. And it is the face and everything is going to require a second coat. I kind of thought about it just to make it look rustic. I thought about not doing it, but I said no, go ahead and put a second coat, especially here around the face. Definitely needed a second coat. And I will be sanding a little bit, very lightly, just to make it look even more rustic looking. Please like and subscribe if you are liking my video. The inspiration is a lot of pictures from Pinterest, from various. There's not one I liked in particular, so just got little ideas from the drawing of the eyes, the eyebrows, and the beard, and put it all together into one. I did mention earlier, I do have available a PDF of the 3 Santas. It'll be 3 PDFs, so if you like these Santas, just drop me an email note and I'll send it to you as soon as I can via email, and I'll list my email account in the description. Also, I had like 3 different reds: Cardinal red, apple red, and bright red. something like that. And I did try to use 2 different reds on the Santas. You know, it'll be on the title up above in the video. But it's not necessary. It's just something that I kind of thought about, just making it little different reds. And also, I failed to mention, when I did my drawings of my Santas, I kind of tried to draw the eye levels on the same level so that it could kind of look together, you know, put their eyes on the same, if you're standing them up, so the eye levels will be kind of in the same level. I hope that makes sense. You'll see when at the end, if you stay to the end. Thank you. Here's the ultramarine blue added to the top of his hat to make it look like a night sky. And I did water it down a little bit. My little tray I have on the side, a little plastic, I put the paint there and just a little drop of water. I didn't want the full strength of the blue. Here with lemon custard, I'm making small circles around the cap, kind of represent small stars just wrapping around magically around his cap. Now with my round brush, taking the Snow White color, just gently touching around the custard, just making it, trying to give it a glowing effect. Now here comes the fun part. Taking the pure black acrylic paint with the fine liner paintbrush, we're going to outline almost everything. When you get to the fur on his cap, I like to put little round out or scallops around the top and the edge to make it look kind of, make it look the impression of being furry. So that's why you see those circles, or you could draw a straight line, whichever way. Also, if you look all the 3 Santas, when you finish my video, which I hope you do, you'll see the 3 different eyebrows, 3 different shaped eyebrows, and slightly different shape of eyes. That's just trying to make them look a little bit different, and also a little changes in the beard. If you could make them all the same to make it easier, just make same eyes, same beard, and just maybe change the cap and different features on top, and that would make it much simpler if you choose to. Or you can use the different different features. They're like three brothers almost, but a little bit different characteristics. I did wipe clean with the baby wipe after sanding. And here I'm going to apply clear wax by Waverly. I gave it 2 coats of clear wax and letting it dry in between. Now I'm applying a wire, and this is a Florist wire. I think it's like 20, maybe 22 gauge. I'll list it in the description. But it's very, very thick. I wish I had a lighter one, but it was hard to twist and might have broken one side of the wood, but I got it in. I made the hole a little closer to make it stronger. So lastly, we're going to apply antique wax just around the edges and wipe off with the paper towel. Now let's start on our Santa number 2. This Santa is going to be 14 and 1/4 inches tall. And I'm going to start painting his face features first with the cool Bisque acrylic paint. Another option could have been to have painted everything from the fur on his cap all the way down with snow white, then draw the facial features over that white, and then painted the features, anything that needed the cool Bisque, paint that, and then just give it one more coat of snow white. That would have probably brightened up the colors also in the snowman. So just a thought for anyone liking this idea, and for myself. You kind of live and learn as you work these projects, as everybody well knows. Okay, on this Santa, decided to make stripes on his cap. And I'm sorry I didn't capture that on video. And so I painted in the snow white stripes first, and now I'm going in between and using the Cardinal red. Here comes the fun part. We're going to outline using the fine liner with pure black acrylic paint. All of the features, pretty much all the features, all the lines, to really show this Santa. And here at the end, when I already sanded it, decided he needed something else on top of his hat. So I painted in a fur ball for the cap and a little pine needles with the citrus green, and outlined it a little bit with the pure black. I think it helped it a little bit. You could have done anything, like maybe put some holly berries, but another Santa's going to have some holly and berries, or maybe a bell. Time to seal this striped Santa with 2 coats of wax, and if you can, let the wax dry in between coats. Like Santa number 1, I'm just going to apply the antique wax just all around the edges and wiping off with a paper towel to make it look more rustic. Okay, I'm adding this very thick Florist wire, making I did drill the holes prior to this, one on each end. And this one I turned too much, and this wood was very soft and it did tear the edge. So I had to re-drill another pilot hole. And then, but I painted the edge that tore. I painted with that cardinal red, and now you can't see it. Now it makes it even more worn and rustic. Because I'm gonna tell you, this wood has been outdoors probably like 20 years, if not more. So it's very rustic, very authentic. Here's the start of Santa number 3. This is the smallest one. He's going to be 11 inches tall by 5 1/4. Okay, our Holly Berry Santa started with the face with cool bisque. And I didn't jump to the white next because the berries, I let them drape a little over his eyebrow. So I went ahead and started with the Cardinal, the apple red this time on the berries and his cap. Time to use the Snow White on the rest of the features. All of his hat, his fur on his cap, and his beard and mustache. here's the start of the fun stuff. Here's the outlining using a fine liner paintbrush. I have several and they're getting very worn. That's why you see me switch from a white one to a black handled one. So I look for the best one. It's time to get me. But they still do the job. You just gotta be careful. And I did jump ahead. I hadn't painted the green on the holly leaves, so I'll do that after in shortly. And after I was said and done, I noticed I made an error on his eyebrow. As you can, if you look closely, one is a little bit droopy and the other one is little rounded. So I did correct that before I finished the project. I just kind of painted it with the Snow White and it covered that black outline very well. That's how good that Snow White paint coverage is. So I'm painting in a big star and just with rounded dots using this fine liner paintbrush. Now it's time to seal Holly Santa using 2 coats of clear wax, letting the wax dry in between coats. I'm using this old pillowcase. Actually, it was made by my mom years ago. And cutting them into strips, I thought it fit perfectly with these rustic Santas, and cutting them into strips about an 1.5 inch wide, and tied it to the wire hanger on top. Simple bow, and just snipped it so that it would not hang and cover Santa's face. So here are the finished 3 rustic, recycled, reused, 20 years old wood Santas. Holly Santa, striped red cap Santa, and night sky Santa. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you are inspired to make some of these recycled wood for your own. And I hope you find this simple enough. If you do have any questions on any other process, please drop me a comment or a like. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much.